And thanks, Martha. Thanks, Brett. And welcome to Hannity. This is a Fox News alert. President Trump offers a new vision for American foreign policy during a national address at Fort Myers in Virginia, where he outlined a new agenda for Afghanistan. I have my full opening monologue coming up later in the show. Also, Newt Gingrich will join us. And, of course, we'll get analysis from our military leaders. But first, it was the perfect setting at Fort Myers in Arlington, Virginia, in front of his cabinet and, of course, the troops. Now, he stood there on hallowed ground right near America's National Cemetery, where thousands of brave men and women who fought and bled and died for our country are laid to rest. Now, the speech was also delivered perfectly, the right tone, the right cadence, the right pitch. The president's position on Afghanistan is based on what he calls principled realism, and the commander-in-chief also proved tonight that he's willing to listen to the advice of the men and women on the ground, the generals on the ground that really win wars. Watch this.
My original instinct was to pull out, and historically, I like following my instincts. But all my life, I've heard that decisions are much different when you sit behind the desk in the Oval Office.
Now, President Trump also outlined that America's #1 goal right now is the safety and security of you, the American people, and not foreign nation building. Watch this.
We will no longer use American military might to construct democracies in faraway lands or try to rebuild other countries in our own image. Those days are now over. Instead, we will work with allies and partners to protect our shared interests. We are not asking others to change their way of life, but to pursue common goals that allow our children to live better and safer lives. This principled realism will guide our decisions moving forward.
Now, the president also declared the days of endless military spending and foreign conflicts are over. Take a look.
America will work with the Afghan government as long as we see determination and progress. However, our commitment is not unlimited, and our support is not a blank check.
Not a blank check. President Trump then pressured the countries in the region near Afghanistan. It's their time to step up, and they've got to pay their fair share. Take a look.
We will ask our NATO allies and global partners to support our new strategy with additional troop and funding increases in line with our own. We are confident they will. Since taking office, I have made clear that our allies and partners must contribute much more money to our collective defense, and they have done so.
And here is the commander-in-chief. He's refusing to telegraph our military plans to America's enemies. This is refreshing. Take a look.
Conditions on the ground, not arbitrary timetables, will guide our strategy from now on. America's enemies must never know our plans or believe they can wait us out. I will not say when we are going to attack, but attack we will.
Now, after outlining his new plan for Afghanistan, President Trump made a powerful call for unity in America. And, of course, he made his opening statement, obviously geared at the tragedy in Charlottesville. Take a look at this.
When one part of America hurts, we all hurt. And when one citizen suffers an injustice, we all suffer together. Loyalty to our nation demands loyalty to one another. Love for America requires love for all of its people. When we open our hearts to patriotism, there is no room for prejudice, no place for bigotry, and no tolerance for hate.
Now, we're going to have much more later on the program with Newt Gingrich tonight. Plus, tonight, we saw the president in governing mode. Now, he has faced an onslaught, as we all know, of unprecedented attacks. And if I had any advice for the president, that using the power of the pulpit to advance his agenda with a good cadence and tone and obviously a good plan that has been studied well, this is now the time for the agenda, the agenda and the agenda, and tonight was a great first step. The power of that presidential pulpit is beyond description. Now, take out a few missteps that have occurred, and, of course, the unrelenting media attacks and Democratic attacks. When you really think about fixing America, the forgotten men and women, and keeping us safe and secure, you know what? There are no boundaries to the incredible things that can be done for this country and for the world. What we saw tonight is the president's better self. Now it's time to get to work, especially after Labor Day. Let's not step on this win.